Hello! I just wanted to make a bit of an update video about the current situation with uni. I'm going to be doing these videos every week so I can kind of document the process because I think this is a very unique situation, and I think as filmmakers and creators it's our job to relay stories, document stories. I am now 1 month into quarantine, so it's the 24th of April today. And I came down to my parents' house with my partner on the 23rd of March. That was when we started quarantining down here. At the start of this kind of quarantine situation, I had one-to-one meetings with my lecturer just to make sure we knew what assignments we had to do and that we were keeping up with work and that everything was okay, basically. Whereas now, this week, we've had online lessons in the forms of like seminars or workshops or one-to-one. So it's been different every day of the week, but we have had some contact with a lecturer every single day this week, Monday to Friday. And I think it's going to be the same again next week. So we had a full seminar on Monday with like the entire course, which was I think our university's biggest ever meeting on Teams. It was like 40 plus of us. At the moment I have 3 assignments that I'm working on from my mum's house. I'm currently working on my dissertation proposal, a video essay which is like a pitch for my final film that I'm going to make in my 3rd year just before I graduate, and this new assignment that we've been given this week, which is centered around the quarantine and coronavirus, and it's encouraging us to explore different ways to approach making a film about it. It can either be fiction or like a visual essay. It's going to be 5 minutes long, whatever we're making. And we've been studying this week kind of the effects of trauma, and we've had to kind of think about what the world's going to be like after this and how will it make its mark in history, and you know, basically like how the arts react to trauma. So if you think of other like natural disasters or catastrophes, or for instance, one of the things that I looked into was the Pulse nightclub shooting in Orlando. There's always like a time period between the event occurring and then when the kind of art comes out about it. So with the Pulse shooting, there was about a solid 6 months. So that happened in June 2016, and then in January 2017 there was a bulk of stuff coming out about it, whether it was documentaries or episodes of TV shows that already existed, or films or books, etc. So we've been kind of looking at that and what we think that period of time will be in relation to coronavirus and the quarantine. So we've had research this week about other traumatic events and how trauma works and how you avoid it while it's happening and then you kind of deal with it afterwards. It's been kind of a difficult thing to work on. I've actually kind of avoided it this week. I've done work on some stuff that I want to do for special effects makeup and my other assignment, which is my dissertation proposal, because I really kind of don't want to sit here in this current situation and research trauma, but I think I'm gonna do some more research into what the assignment actually means and try and expand on it from a different way. I'm thinking at the moment maybe making a kind of political piece about the pressure that the NHS is under right now and what led to that, because at the end of the day the NHS isn't a charity, it's a government institution. It's paid for with taxes, so to get to a point where we are having to donate money to keep it afloat is just what has happened. And I think that I am going to do this assignment kind of investigating that and approach it from a political point of view, because we are being encouraged to kind of test the boundaries and, you know, learn all different kinds of ways of filmmaking and not be trapped in a box per se. There's also a kind of online film festival that the uni's going to run while we're in lockdown, which is Quarantine Stories, I think it's going to be. If that's not the title, that's what it's centered around. Did a workshop on Tuesday, I think it was, where we spoke about different like moral approaches and philosophies in regards to the quarantine and coronavirus, etc. I did some research into Friedrich Nietzsche. Please tell me I am saying that right. And then we also did a kind of debate, which was actually really fun. It was very engaging and it kind of got the cogs turning when we've all been stuck in our houses, like away from anyone else that's kind of in the same academic zone, where we were debating when is the right time to make jokes about tragedy or trauma, etc. Because when you think about it, that is a very, very natural human coping mechanism, and there's always been films made about what's going on in the world. So we were kind of trying to predict what films would come out of this situation with quarantine, lockdown and coronavirus in general, and what we kind of thought the time span would be before these things started coming out. So all in all, this week has been a nice kind of introduction back into uni. Like I feel like I'm at uni again. I'm finding it difficult to do a lot of work. It's kind of like what I can do in like 3 hours here is what I could do in an hour if I was sat at a desk in uni. The week has also flown by. That's nice in a way, but it's also quite scary because I feel like I have got no work done. I feel like I have got barely any work to show for 5 days of practically sitting at this desk all day for 5 days. So that's a bit worrying, but I have been doing, like I say, work towards special effects as well. I've just bought my new Bible. So we've been learning. I think that's about all that's changed since last week. So as I say, I'll be doing one of these videos I think every Friday to kind of see what the process is with uni. I just think it's a good idea for me to document this. It's a very unique experience to be studying in. If you have watched this, then thank you for watching. I hope I haven't bored you shitless. Stay safe, stay sane, and I will see you in the next video.